Good morning. I am Stephen Beaver, your TMV business consultant expert. Welcome to the number one show to get your mind moving toward happiness and success for your life professionally, financially, and personally. So, today we're going to be talking about time wasters or energy wasters. So, first things first, time is only a concept. I think it was Einstein that said, somebody asked him what time was, and he says, I don't know. How do you quantify time? And then he went on to explain that time is one event followed by another. So if there's no event, there's no time. So that's just something cool about time. Energy, on the other hand, is always transformed into something else. So you can't get rid of energy; you can just transform it. So to achieve your goals or any type of a dream or passion or purpose, something like that. So we have a set of rules in life to use to keep us on track of our goals and passions and purposes. So if we have a rule, let's say that we do not spend a certain amount of time on a project, like making connections on LinkedIn. What happens if you spend that extra time or energy that you would have allocated to doing something else? Now, I'm not near as concerned on spending the time rather than spending the energy on something. And here's why. So even though we cannot get back the time, the energy spent can spiral out of control and cost us more energy later. So that is what is the real crux of the problem, in my opinion. So for example, I was saying that I eat my own cooking. All right. LinkedIn actually proved me wrong. So I got caught up in my own problem with LinkedIn, and I was trying to make more connections. Now I have the 50 or 60 connections. So I don't even look at the connections. I just look at how many connections I have, and I click on the high probability connections. So apparently I clicked on a person who has their own show. And so he was intrigued by, I guess, my profile, or maybe it was just his autoresponder. I don't know. But anyway, he said he wanted to know more about me. So I offered a face-to-face on Zoom, which is what I do with everybody. If you want to know more about me, let's go. Let's talk on Zoom, and you'll know real quick if I'm somebody you want to deal with or not. Well, he declined, saying that he needed more info about me. And this should have been a red flag, and it was a red flag. But I went ahead and gave him my 30-second elevator commercial on what I do, which is, I'll just let you know, is more than I do for anybody else, because I'm old school. I prefer to see people when talking instead of just typing. I really hate typing back and forth with people. It's very tedious, and it really takes up a lot of energy. But anyway, this wasn't enough for him. He talked about his time was valuable, blah, blah, blah. Went back and forth. And finally, at the end of our conversation, I basically took the stand and said, look, we're just probably not a fit, which of course, at this point, he decided that we should do a face-to-face. So this whole show is not about getting what you want. All right. So that wasn't the objective of the story. Real quick question. Since I spent the extra time to get a Zoom meeting with this person, should I now extend my time plan of spending time and energy on making a face-to-face on Zoom? So in other words, should I now, since I wasn't only going to spend this amount of energy and time on it, should I now, since this was an favorable outcome, should I now spend this much time? The answer is no, I should not. So even though the outcome was favorable, it took way too much out of my mental energy, even so much now that I'm actually doing a show about it. So yes, it may have been helpful on a different level, but sticking to the plan of using less energy so that I can get the real work done is way more productive. So even though expanding this energy got me something that I wanted, if I do that, and then let's say something else happens and I expand again because that was more favorable, unless that's one of my three core things that I should be doing, and even then I would argue probably not. Um, I need to keep this down to its original because I'm working now you're working the 80-20 rule. 80% of my time spent with this energy will produce, well, if I use this energy, 80% of the time I'll get my results. If I do this, that is the 20% that I'm looking for. And that takes up that's not a percentage I like. So just a food for thought. Challenge for today is to figure out what you're spending your time and energy on that you need to stop. So if you want, you can write it down and put it in the chat below. All right. Good luck laboring under correct knowledge. Have a happy and successful day. I'm Stephen Beaver, your business consultant expert. TMV, baby. Take more vacations. Remember to share if this was helpful. All right. Bye for now.